Hello, I'm Stephanie Lambert. I'm the president of the ACC's Northeast chapter, and I'm Chief Compliance Officer for NetScout Systems. Thank you for joining us today. I'm here with Scott Kopcha, the CISO with Goodwin, and he and I are going to have a conversation about some things that he works on at Goodwin. Welcome, Scott.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Scott, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today was how exactly a corporate legal team should work with their respective information security department in order to best safeguard company data and systems.
Certainly. I think information security really has a unique position within the organization because we deal with really every single aspect of the company from top to bottom. So for corporate legal teams, this means we're a great resource, right? So we understand all the technical items that are going on. We understand a lot of the business goals that are driving some of the initiatives around the business, but we also take control and take the lead on a lot of compliance initiatives. So, one of the things that you can ask your security teams is, how are you tracking the changes to those compliance regulations that are out there? I think privacy is another great example of where the legal department can work with the information security team. So there's lots of different specific jurisdiction issues and industry-related items that can come up where the technical implementations of those particular requirements require a little bit more nuance. I think another place that they can work together is around incident response, right? So ransomware is a $17 billion a year business now. So having a plan outlining what those roles and responsibilities would be in the event of an incident. How would you outline, specific legal questions to the security team so that they have the data on hand whenever something bad were to occur? So I think those are just a few of the different ways that the legal teams can work together with their information security.
Thinking about that a little bit more specifically, what do you see as potential considerations as in-house teams work with their information security teams on rolling out specific initiatives and policies?
The information security team should have a very good handle on what the technical realities of any of those implementations would look like. So while a compliance statement may be 4 or 5 words, that may distill down into hundreds, if not thousands, of different configuration settings that need to be undertaken that will all need to be backed by a set of processes to make sure that those things stay in place and are being managed properly. So you have things like GDPR's private by design, for example. You want to take a look at what other new risks might be introduced into the organization from a specific policy that you're planning on putting in place. How do you manage those risks? What is your game plan for questions that might come in, whether they be from employees, your clients, suppliers, or even regulators? So I think those are some things that I would think about when rolling out new initiatives and policies.
So as the CISO at Goodwin, how are you working with your firm's data privacy and cybersecurity lawyers when it comes to policies designed to protect your clients?
So really, we work together very closely. I talk to them, if not daily, at least weekly. So we talk about what the best practices are that we're both seeing. So what are the attorneys seeing on the client side that's worked? And what is my team seeing in the security industry? What are the hiccups that we're seeing in these things that we've rolled out here at Goodwin ourselves so that we can relay that information back to our clients? We also talk about what the new updates are to various regulations. I also lean on them to get business support for more difficult implementations that we might be facing at the firm. And finally, really it's to identify whatever the potential risks are to our specific approach that we've chosen. So are there legal issues that might pop up down the road if an interpretation might change going forward? I think those are kind of the highlights of how we work together.
So in the partnership between in-house counsel and law firms, How do you see that moving forward with respect to information security and other data privacy issues?
The most obvious is, we're part of your supply chain. So there's the obvious, what is Goodwin doing around your information security? How are we protecting our clients' data? So I think that's probably the first and most obvious one. But I think that there's lots of opportunity. My team, we talk with clients pretty much on a weekly basis, looking at new technologies, trying to identify gaps in their particular programs. I think information security is a bit unique because it is very much across industries. So the teams face a lot of the same issues. So we may have solved a problem that your organization is looking to solve. We likely have some lessons learned from it as well. I think above and beyond that, there's a lot of things that we could be providing around how to prepare for an incident, right? So we have attorneys that deal with incident response on a daily basis, but we also have the security team backing that up on the technical side to help identify the types of data and reports that the legal teams will want to leverage going forward whenever an incident might occur.
Well, thank you, Scott. This conversation has been really helpful. And thank you to all of you who've joined us on another edition of our Conversations with Goodwin.
Thanks for having me. It was great to be here.